Have you guys been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year? And
yeah, I mean, absolutely.
What does success then look like? I mean,
a championship.
Yes, Caitlin, we know the goal is always the championship, and you'd prefer not to talk about personal achievements. But let's be honest, someone has to give you credit, so I'll do it. After a rookie season that felt like a superhero origin story, breaking 62 records, leading a team from the bottom to the playoffs, and finishing 4th in MVP voting, Caitlin Clark should have started 2025 as the clear MVP favorite. But the media stuck with their usual choice, Aya Wilson, with the same narrative. And when it wasn't about Aya, they'd come up with excuses faster than Angel Reese missing a layup.
I will say a couple of things. Do I expect A'ja Wilson to be A'ja Wilson again this year? Yes. But I also know there is such a thing as voter fatigue. They don't like giving anybody MVP 3 times in a row. They barely like to do it 2 times in a row, let alone 3 times in a row. I just don't see it simply because of voter fatigue. Like it just is what it is. I also think that Caitlin was putting it together in such a way last year. They're only going to get better. And now they've got a full off season together. I could 100% see this happening. Caitlin Clark winning MVP.
But now, the change has come, and it's impossible to ignore.
Here we are right there. Caitlin Clark is officially the favorite to win the most valuable player.
BetMGM and even ESPN, after months of questionable behavior, now have Caitlin Clark leading the MVP race, not tied, but leading. This isn't just Twitter hype. This is Vegas speaking, this is money talking, this is a we know what's coming vibe, and it's supported by real results. If you believe Caitlin will win MVP this year, comment CC MVP below. Let's go.
We're not here to chase greatness. We're here to claim it. Our ambitions don't fit into headlines or highlight reels. So if you thought we arrived,
2 more for Boston.
Now you know. We're not here for the moment. We're here for the takeover.
Here for the takeover. Even the media folks who spent all of 2024 acting like they didn't see the explosion happening in Indiana are starting to take notice. Now, the tone is shifting from smug to wow, Caitlin might actually be the one. Fans already knew, we've been saying it for months. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's rewriting the rulebook. So, what caused the sudden change? Simple. Everything, every sign, every stat, every off-season improvement, pointed to an MVP season coming.
So let's start with our 2025 WNBA MVP, and that has to go to the one and only Caitlin.
Get ready to watch Caitlin go full supernova. The league isn't even prepared for it. But before we dive into this dominance, hit that like button if you think she's taking the MVP, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the Fever fireworks.
I truly think that this second year for Caitlin Clark is going to be like nothing we have ever seen. She has had an entire off season to train, to get into the gym, to work on things that she struggled with during her rookie season.
Caitlin's rookie year wasn't just impressive, it was disrespectful to logic. 62 records. Let that number sink in. And the crown jewel? The all-time WNBA single-season assist record, set as a rookie. That's not just elite, it's absurd. And she did it while being public enemy number 1, the most analyzed, criticized, and televised player in the league, all while dragging a rebuilding team toward legitimacy. Imagine breaking records while dodging elbows and media shade every step of the way.
Like, she broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand, like, how crazy that is to do as a rookie, your first year doing it.
After the Mitchell snub, Caitlin went ballistic, 23 points per game, carrying Indiana like a backpack through the playoff push. And it wasn't just her game that elevated, she leveled up the entire roster, all while under a microscope that would have crushed most players. Naturally, anyone with a brain expected year 2 to be even scarier. But then some analysts got bold. Bleacher Report's WNBA expert, Newcast Duncan, nuked logic, ranked Caitlin 5th in his 2025 rankings, 5th, below Alyssa Thomas, who averaged a thrilling 10.6 points per game. That's who he thought was more MVP-worthy.
Take a look at this. These are the top 3 scorers in the WNBA since the women brought home gold in the Olympics a few weeks ago. 2 of the members are of the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell.
Why? Because apparently, ranking Caitlin higher just felt like too much. The same tired, she hasn't won a ring yet argument. Sound familiar? That's the exact logic ESPN used when they said she wasn't a top 5 college player of all time, even though she literally broke the all-time scoring record, carried the sport into the mainstream, and pulled more viewers than the men's championship game. But sure, not top 5.
Caitlin Clark at 5 is crazy to me, and it's crazy to me just off the rip because if we look at the MVP voting from last season, she was number 4 in MVP voting. It was Asia, Nafisa, Brianna, and then Caitlin.
It's been the same story, people refusing to give Caitlin her flowers until now. The very same ESPN that once left her off the GOAT list now has her ahead of Aya Wilson and Nafisa Collier in the MVP race. And let's be real, it's a 3-horse race after Brianna Stewart. The odds take a nosedive after that, and the rest are just there for decoration. So, what changed? Oh, just everything. The signs were always there, the roster moves, the momentum, but once training camp opened, people finally started seeing what Fever fans have known all along. The rest of the world is just now catching up. Let's start with the biggest factor, coaching.
Here's the thing. Love Caitlin. Love how she's transcended the game. I'm not going to go away from that. But in the open, we said, what makes a top 5 player? Winning. The only strike against Caitlin Clark is that she has not won a national championship. And that is the only thing that you can put against her, because the way she has dominated the record books when she was at Iowa was something you cannot duplicate. She's a 3-time NCAA scoring leader and assist leader, a true point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. She broke the records of Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Like, literally, there is nobody who has been such a front-facing name through a direct reflection of her skill set. But how can you be a top 5 player if you have not won a title?
It's a great point, which is why I agree with.
The whispers were getting louder last season. Caitlin and the Fever were succeeding despite Christie's sidelines. No one said it out loud, but the awkward silences spoke volumes. Caitlin herself hinted at it early, mentioning the lack of sideline feedback and chemistry. The body language said it all. Fans weren't subtle either, watching close games slip away due to sloppy rotations and disorganized sets. So, Indiana made the smartest move they could, enter Stephanie White, 2023 Coach of the Year and a certified basketball genius.
And I told y'all this last year, well, I didn't tell y'all this last year on air, but like, we saw when they took the pictures with Christy Sides, like when she pulled up on them at All-Star Game, her, Kelsey, and AB, and everybody just kind of like rolled their eyes and walked away like she was a groupie.
Yeah,
that told me everything I needed to know. So when I said like she's not it was based on 2 years of seeing things that just shouldn't have been happening in the first place.